On Hollywood's grandest stage, Sandra Bullock accepted the Best Actress statuette for her performance in The Blind Side. Her emotional, humble speech made the moment look like a perfect fairy tale. Yet beneath the gown and accolades lay a personal storm few could have imagined. Her Oscars triumph coincided with seismic shifts in her private life, unknown to the audience cheering her name. Before we continue, please remember to like and subscribe. The public narrative painted a supportive partnership with her then-husband, Jessejames, who stood beside her as an image of marital bliss. Reality was starkly different. As accolades showered upon her, cracks in the relationship widened, hidden from the world's gaze. Even as Sandra exuded warmth and resilience on stage, behind closed doors, she was bracing against betrayal and heartbreak that would soon become public. Amid the chaos, Sandra found solace in a deeply personal secret, a beacon of joy. She had quietly begun adopting her son Louis from New Orleans, a decision shrouded in secrecy yet filled with love and intention. Privacy was paramount as she welcomed this new life, a stark contrast to the public glare she had never truly embraced. This inner sanctuary was to be a place of love and protection, a promise to shield him from the harsh realities she faced. Days after her Oscar win, the facade collapsed with unforgiving speed. Headlines about Jesse's infidelity pierced the Hollywood glamour, leaving Sandra to navigate public scrutiny and private devastation at once. As the narrative unraveled, her priorities stayed steadfast: her son, her family, her dignity. Her story evolved not as mere survival, but as a testament to a mother's love and the grace with which she faced her truth. Sandra's attraction to Jessejames was itself a captivating tale. Rugged and tattooed, he seemed the embodiment of authenticity, an antithesis to Hollywood's polished veneer. That raw appeal cut through the superficial glitz, suggesting a man who embraced his identity without artifice, qualities that resonated with Sandra, known for her grounded nature off-screen. Yet this perceived authenticity would soon unravel in the most public and painful of ways. As the extent of Jesse's infidelities came to light, his public persona shattered. A single revelation spiraled into multiple affairs splashed across tabloids. The man Sandra thought she understood became a study in duplicity, each revelation a blow to their marriage's foundation. His downfall was swift and brutal, casting a shadow that clung to his name long after the storm subsided. Throughout the chaos, Sandra's commitment to family extended beyond romance to Jesse's children from previous relationships. As a stepmother, she embraced them, forging genuine connections that underscored her dedication to family. This bond revealed a depth of love that transcended the betrayal she faced, showing her resilience in trying circumstances. Ironically, the honesty once central to their relationship became its bitter irony. The principle that brought them together haunted its dissolution as the truth surfaced with a vengeance, revealing a bond built on deception. Sandra's experience became a heartbreaking lesson in human nature, a reminder that even the seemingly authentic can harbor secret shadows. Sandra basked in her Oscar victory, a shadow loomed that would soon eclipse her professional triumph. During these months, while she secretly adopted Louis, Jesse's infidelities surfaced. The timeline was poignant. His affairs unfolded while she embraced motherhood in loving secrecy. She lived a heartbreaking paradox, the joy of welcoming Louis against the deceit unraveling behind her back. The public unraveling started with a vengeance. Mistress after mistress stepped forward with explicit details, igniting a media firestorm. Tabloids dug mercilessly into every revelation, laying bare a portrait of betrayal and heartbreak. Each headline was a fresh wound for Sandra and for the fans who adored her as America's sweetheart. Her world spun into relentless scrutiny, yet she maintained dignified silence. Responding to the invasion, Sandra stepped back from the limelight, not in defeat, but as a strategic withdrawal to protect her inner circle and focus on being a new mother. It highlighted her commitment to safeguarding Louis, prioritizing family over fame, and choosing the serenity to nurture her son's first days. Her absence from red carpets was about rebuilding a sanctuary amid life's storm. Meanwhile, Jesse grappled with guilt and public scorn. His eventual confession saw him embark on a public journey of atonement. Though apologies were issued and redemption sought, the damage to his image remained profound. His attempts to mend the narrative were frequent, but failed to reshape Sandra's new reality, focused on resilience and new beginnings. Amid press conferences and Oscar buzz, Sandra vanished from the public eye without a whisper. For 6 weeks, she was enveloped in privacy, focused on Louis's well-being. While the world speculated, she was living a personal drama, navigating the adoption process, ensuring every detail aligned. Her disappearance wasn't just avoiding scrutiny. It was a declaration of priorities, shielding her son from the brewing storm. Sandra's internal strength shone. Refusing to succumb to tabloid gossip, she maintained an impenetrable fortress around herself and Louis. The relentless paparazzi might have unnerved many, but she stood unyielding, her silence louder than words. Her focus stayed resolute, protecting Louis from a world that sought to pry into her most personal moments. Solo yet steadfast, Sandra navigated Louis's adoption as a personal triumph. Each signature was testament to a journey colored by heartache, yet grounded in hope. In the quiet of courtrooms, the legal bond was more than juridical. It was her vow to nurture and love, positioning motherhood as her defining victory against life's unpredictable tides. This period of solitary struggle and success reshaped her priorities and honed her protective instincts. Gone were the days of personal ambition, now her children's safety and happiness shaped her narrative. Sandra's sanctuary of family had been born, forged by silence, strength, and devotion. Emerging from a tumultuous divorce, Sandra began a new chapter filled with renewed commitments. Her rebuilding showed not just in personal choices, but in expanding her family. In 2015, she quietly adopted a daughter, Laila, reflecting her love of motherhood and intent to build a home defined by love. While others might retreat, Sandra moved forward, crafting a nurturing home able to withstand the limelight. Her choice of silence during these critical years was strategic brilliance, wielding privacy as a protective cloak and allowing space to heal. Her absence was sanctuary, a time of introspection that reconnected her with her priorities and offered perspective on life beyond scandal. Sandra's Hollywood reemergence was triumphant. Returning with lessons from adversity, she transformed past ordeals into strength. Each new project showed performances infused with depth and authenticity, captivating audiences anew. Her comeback was not just career continuation, but a testament to resilience, evoking admiration and inspiring many. In recent interviews, Sandra speaks with clarity and philosophical insight about her past marriage, a vision unforeseen during the 2010 storm. Far from the days when tabloids devoured her anguish, she paints a family defined not by ties, but by love and protection. Her vision breaks traditional constraints, advocating bonds nurtured by choice and loyalty. She calls motherhood her most important role, shielding her children from past shadows and ensuring joy prevails over judgment. Sandra uses public statements strategically, dismantling media narratives that once painted her as desperate or bitter. Facing the media's appetite for scandal with poise, she reframed her story from heartbreak to resilience. A tale of strength, her happiness rooted in decisions prioritizing her children and peace. In contrast, Jessejames' apologies highlight Sandra's strength. As he acknowledges his flaws publicly, his lingering regrets stand opposed to her graceful evolution. While his reflections surface tinged with regret, Sandra's narrative moves forward, unburdened by ghosts. Her power lies not just in surviving, but in a radiant transformation into a figure of harmony and familial love.